In the previous episode, we moved into the building right behind me, where we went ahead and added some of the basic contraptions that we need in an early game workshop that we then used to create this temporary little lava farm, which we've been using to slowly fill up this hole with 10,000 blocks of lava so we can have our very own infinite lava source. But in this episode, I want to change this platform a little bit and add our next level to another building right behind me. See if we can give this old eyesore a brand new home and build a factory that automates, in my opinion, one of the most important blocks in the Create mod, cobblestone. Okay, so before we can start anything that I've got planned for today's episode, there are a few things that I need to address that got mentioned in the comments. First of all, the sheer amount of pumps we have on this system. I honestly don't know why I never thought about this, but a lot of you mentioned it, that technically you only need maybe 1 or 2 pumps to pull all the lava from all of these cauldrons. So with that said, we're going to change this a bit, and I think we need to maybe rip this one out, and let's rip out this pump. I think all of these. Let's rip out all of these pumps. Like so. Is there some more? Yeah, we've got 2 more here. And then we do a vertical gearbox. I think right over here. Let's just do that. Does that spin? Not yet. Okay, so we're gonna do a normal gearbox right over here. So now that should spin. So we've got power on the pulley. Then we can also rip out these 2 and that gearbox like so. Yeah, that works. And I think what we need to do is maybe rip out this one. We add a vertical gearbox over there. And then we can actually rip this one out as well. We can add this gearbox over here. We do a little cog over there, and we can do 2 pumps on the side. So if we do this, and we put a pump over here, that works. And if we do a pipe on this side and we do a pump over here, then that works. And again, 1 should be enough, but let's just do 2. So now we have 2 pumps pushing into that tank, and we can just rip out all of these like so. And if we do pipes over here, they do work. Okay, that's from the edge, and we can just do that. We have lava over there. It's actually pulling, it's actually filling up, and it works. So honestly, I do not know why I've never thought about that, but again, this is why I love the community. This is why I love the comment section, because I would have just done it the way I did it before, and it's unnecessary. So thank you to all the people that commented. I think it was about 2 or 3 people. I can't remember everybody. I know it was Revived Grain, Annabelle, and there might even be more, and I appreciate all those comments. So that's fantastic, because that means we can actually speed this up even more if we want to. We don't have to, but we can. And then also we can maybe add some more cauldrons and some more pipes, and it will still work with these 2 pumps. Like I mentioned, I think 1 pump is more than enough, but this is just for future proofing it, so we can expand it a little bit more. So that's the one thing in regards to pumps and the cauldrons. Then the next few comments were in regards to the 10,000 source blocks we need to create an infinite lava source, and it's the first time I've done this, like the whole infinite source thing. So all the comments are very much appreciated. So the first one we're going to address is the fact that I have this pulley all the way down on the ground, because what's going to happen now is it's going to fill only the bottom layer with lava, and it's going to stop. So what I'm supposed to do is pull it up all the way to over there, and then I should let it run, and we'll slowly fill up this thing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to let it fill up the bottom layer, and then I'll move it to the next one. That way I can keep track and I can see how it fills up each of the layers. The other comments suggested that I do something different. I honestly don't think it is a game mechanic, and I think it might get patched out and changed real soon. And how this works is, if you fill the entire top level with lava source blocks and you remove the blocks underneath them and the lava flows down, as soon as it's completely flowed down and you lower the hose pulley all the way to the bottom, it will actually register as an infinite lava source, even though it's not. Okay, so again, you only have to do the top layer, remove the layer that holds the top layer up, and as soon as it flows to the bottom, lower the hose pulley and it reads as an infinite lava source. Honestly, I'm tempted. I really am tempted, but I'm also worried that it gets patched out, and then I did not spend any time filling up this entire basin with lava source blocks. And I mean, 10,000 source blocks is a lot. So there was a suggestion that said, do it, fill up the top layer, but at the same time, continue to pump lava in and make it an infinite, or make it 10,000 source blocks. So that's an option. I am not sure which one I'm going to go for. I'm not even sure if I'm going to go for it, or if I'm just going to wing it and just wait for this to fill up manually. So we'll decide that a little bit later on in the episode. For now, I'm just going to let it continue doing what it's doing. So now that we addressed the comments in regards to the infinite lava source, the next thing I want to do is rip out this thing over here. It was never meant to be a permanent thing, so we can just rip it out and we're going to move it. I'll fix all of this just in a minute. But this thing, I want to move down to where the workshop is, and I think I've got a little bit of an idea what I want to do with it. And I'm going to place it right next to the workshop on that side where we initially said we might do a stall and some storage and some drawers and stuff. So right over there. Okay, so those of you with a keen eye might have noticed a bunch of different blocks in my hotbar, and that's because I've got an idea for this thing in this little area over here. And I think what I want to do is I want to start it in this area. So maybe we've got this one pointing down, and then we have these two pointing into those. And then I think I want to try something different. So this will be 3 high and a 4th one over here. So maybe this does something like this. Let's quickly see. Yeah, so those two will go together and all of this will go down into this and we'll go into the center one. And then I also want to do this maybe. So we have those flowing into the center one. And now it's just a matter of getting these right. And I think we're going to have these two flow in there. And then I need scaffolding. So we're just going to do this. Okay. And then this one and this one will go into those. And then we just need to add the ones on the edges, like so and so. And there we go. We can just rip this part out. And that is our automatic crafter. So it looks a bit bland, it looks a bit out of place, and I think what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to just decorate with a bunch of copper pipes, and we will see if we can add some brass decoration to it. But for now, this should do. So I think let's start by adding some pipes, maybe some of these. Oop, not that way around, like this. Yeah, I do like that. And let's go 3 high, like so. Maybe something like this. And then we can repeat that on the other side as well. But let's add a pump. Let's do that. We do 1 pump, then we do and then we do another one over here. We add another pipe to that, and we do 3 again. And I think let's just bring it out in the same area, like so. Yeah, I like that. I like the bit of a change to it. I might actually rip out one of these and add another one like that. And then let's do some chains. 1, 2. Yeah, I like that. Looks like it's anchored. And on this side as well. Let's do it from this side. Yeah, that's neat. I think we do a valve over there. A valve over there. And that's it. I really like the integration. It just needs power, and the power we'll give via the bottom over here. I think we'll put it through there, so the power will be on that side over there. And then we can just change these blocks up so they're actually solids as well. So I need to put a barrel or something underneath that, get the rest of these blocks in, and it's done. I've cleaned it all up. I've added a little slope over here so we can access a barrel. I did add a little cog down there so we can just hook it up when we need it again, or when we have power in this area. But this is it. This is where we're going to have the mechanical crafter, and I do think it will fit into this area pretty nice. I will add a bunch more detail as this whole area evolves and changes up, and we'll add some crates and stuff, but for now I think it's quite a neat little addition to this area. So now that we have the mechanical craft in, the next thing I want to do is address this little area. Initially, I thought if we go into free cam, that this would be a functional shape. We've got this, we have a little space here, and we have this little walkway. But I have changed my mind, because what I think we need to do is maybe continue this line going straight through, and that way we can have a building right over here in this little area and still have the buildings on the side over here and have a little walkway through the middle. And the reason why I opted for that is it doesn't help we have this whole under city or the old city or whatever we're calling it, and it feels very open and airy and things. No, I think it needs to be cluttered. It needs to be alleyways, streets, and everything. So we'll have a little row of buildings on this side. We'll have like a 3 wide gap, and we have another building on this side. So first thing we need to do is we're going to rip out some of these full blocks, because remember we used full blocks on the edges and slabs right next to them, and we're going to modify this little platform. Okay, so the foundation has been extended, and the idea is still that we'll have some form of elevator over there, and we'll have some form of pathway, and then we will clutter up, add some more items in this area next to this contraption. But then on this side I marked out with dirt where I'm thinking build. So I'm thinking a building right in this area, and I left a gap here because I might do the cobble farm in this building, and I don't want it to be too high. I want to keep, say, that height as the height for the base of the builds. So if that's the case, we're going to maybe have to sink the cobble farm into the floor, which I don't have a problem with. I think it could look really cool. And I made it 13 blocks wide. It can extend a bit more, I do believe, but 13 will be the visible range of what we can see in regards to the cobble farm. And then I also made it go a little bit closer to this little platform over here, so we've got a 2 gap. I might rip out another one once we get to building there, but then the idea is that on this side we can have storage for all our cobble, be it in the form of a vault, but early on it will just be drawers. So this is the idea. This is where the next building is going to be, and like I said, we're only going to do the foundation part of it, so it might only be the base level. It will go over here, and then I also just marked out where I want the other builds to go. So we'll have this little alleyway if you'd like, and then what we can do is we can even step some of these a little bit back so it becomes a bit wider in areas. But that's the general idea for this area. So now I need to figure out and dig out this little area a bit, and then we can start building our little cobble generator. So while we were busy fixing up the platform, doing all the planning, gathering resources, and digging out this hole over here, as you can see, this happened. We actually filled up on the first layer of lava, and I moved up the hose pulley 1 level, and we've already started filling the second area. So we've got quite a bit to go still, but I mean, we finished the first layer, and that alone for me is a lot of blocks. So excited about that, and I think we're just gonna not do the cheesy method, and we're just gonna continue doing what we're doing right now. So yeah, exciting times. So cobble generator, it's time for us to build the cobble generator, and I want to build something a little bit different this season, and it's going to go in this area over here. But the first main thing we need to think of is power. I'm considering doing like a little mini lava farm and putting it down here next to a mini steam engine, and just using that to temporarily power this until we can build the big steam factory. So that is the thought, that is the idea. So I might clear out that area and do that real quick, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to build right in the center. We're going to come up, we're going to build the platform, and we're going to do it a certain size for now, and as we gather resources we can expand it to its maximum capacity. And the design I'm using, well, it's one I saw Tango Tech build way back when they were playing their little create series. I'm not sure who the original founder of this farm is, or this cobble generator is, but basically it works on a principle of moving blocks back and forth and turning them into a state of solid to break other blocks. Meaning we have 2 blocks occupying the same space, so one of them has to go. And in this case, it'll be cobble. Cobble will be the block to go. We're also going to make use of a singular lava source, and what that's going to do is it's going to get pumped into the system, and the pumps are going to try and place it, and as soon as they try and place it, it'll turn into cobble. That way, not using the single lava source. But I know my explanation might be a bit wonk, so let's just get into building this whole farm. Okay, so I've cleared out another area over there, and I'm going for the temporary little steam engine. So I crafted a bunch of the stuff, and what we're going to do is we're just going to yoink this for now. So we're going to make use of this blaze burner. I will replace it as soon as we need it, but we need it for this now. So first things first, we're going to have to do a little steam engine, and how that's going to work is we're going to have our blaze burner right over here, and then on top of this blaze burner we're gonna have a total of 4. I wanted to say 4 tanks, so let's place the 4th one up there, and that's going to be the steam engine. On the side of this we're going to place one down like that, so now we've got it turned into a steam engine. And now the next thing is we need to give it water. So right here at the back, let's do water like this. We're going to do an infinite source over here, and this is where our water is going to be pumped up from. So I'm just going to put the temporary little block over there. We put our pump on top of that. That's wrong. Pump. No, that's still wrong. Why are you being difficult? Still wrong. There we go. Okay, so we've got a pump over there. It just needs to point upwards. We can rip this temporary little block out, and because that's infinite water source, it can just constantly pump it out. We're going to need a pipe that goes into that. So now we've got the water part sorted, and now we just need to produce the heat. But we also need to be able to manually jumpstart this, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put one of these half shaft cogs on there. I'm going to do a little hand crank, and that's how we're going to eventually start this and make it function. Because if we do that now, it should work. It should work if we had water pumping into this. So that is perfect. Now the next thing we need to do is sort out the whole lava and getting this thing fueled. So right over here we're going to put down a temporary little block, and on here we're going to have a mechanical arm that grabs full lava buckets from over here and gives them to the blaze burner. So to make that possible, we need to have a depot right over here, and this is where we will be getting the full bucket from. It will take it and give it to the blaze burner on this side, but now we need to get a full bucket on here, and to do that we're going to place another little temporary block over there, do a barrel on top of that, and then we're going to have 2 funnels. We're going to have this funnel that puts out empty buckets, and then this funnel on top like that, which we will then make sure it only takes empty buckets. So now we can just do that. So now the mechanical arm will only take from there, it will give over there, and it will only deposit once the bucket is empty. So let's set that up. So we're going to say take, give, and down. And that should be it. That should be the system completed, the whole functioning part. And all we need to do now is create just another simple lava farm like that right over here, and then just jumpstart this thing by adding cogs to this and adding cogs to this area once all of this is running. So yeah, let me hook all of that up and build a little temporary lava farm. Okay, so we're back, and I know it looks like a lot has happened, but basically we just added this little lava farm, which is just a 2x2, and from here we will have lava pump into this tank, get the tank into the spout, and the spout will fill the empty lava buckets. And the way we made all of this just connect is just using this pump with this little cogwheel, a belt powering this one, or well, this one is powered and the belt will then power this one, and that just runs into the system over here. And I don't think it's gonna go at a very fast speed, but let's crank this. Okay, powerhouse. Let's see if we can move. Did the bucket get filled? It did not. I wonder if it's because maybe it's flowing too slow, the lava. Yeah, see, there, the spout only filled up with lava now. Let's see if it's going to start filling up. It still grabbed another empty bucket. Oh, come on. Workout session. Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, come on. Okay, so I think what the problem might be is that the spout can't fill this bucket due to this little funnel. Let's see. Let's see if that changes anything. It doesn't. Okay, why is it not filling the buckets? That's weird. Can I get an empty bucket from here? Oh, can I just chuck the empty bucket on there? Okay, see, they'd filled it now. Okay, let's see if the hand will grab it though. Why did it stop? Oh, we haven't powered the pump yet, so we can just do that. Okay, now it should be self-sufficient. We just need to sort this out, and I think the way I'm going to do it, I might just do a normal chest, and we'll do the input on this side and the output on a different side, I think. Okay, let me just think about this bit. Okay, I just added the whole funnel back here, and it actually did fill the bucket. So I think we should be fine. My only concern now is that we don't produce lava fast enough, but I will expand that once we have a bit more resources. But for now, this thing is working, and we can't really see the output because I haven't crafted goggles yet, so that will be next on my list. But now that this is going, we can actually just add the next part to this, and we're going to do that right over here. So I think I marked the center of this platform. Yeah. Yes, center's right in line with this. So from there, we'll just bring power over this side, and then we can start building the cobble generator. So I'm going to grab a bunch of resources. And now it's finally time to build this cobble generator. So this is going to start by right over here. We're going to go down 2 blocks, and this is just going to be where we're going to have a barrier around the area where the cobble will be, almost want to say popping off, so that it doesn't go into the sides or off to the sides. But then right underneath this, we want to go ahead and, I wonder if we'll be able to place it, do a linear chassis over there, and we're going to go 4. We've got enough pumps to do a platform of 4 for now, and then we're going to have to do 2 to the side on either side, like so. And I'll explain all of that just now. And then right here at the back, we just need to add an additional chassis right over. Where's this going out? I think here's perfect. Right over there. So how this is going to work is we're going to fix our platform over here, and that will be the platform that generates the cobble, but we'll also have a platform on each side just as a skirt to prevent items from falling through and such stuff like that. So let's quickly build the platform. And like mentioned, I only have enough pumps for a total of 4 lanes, if I may. It's going to be 8 long, and it's just going to be 4 wide. So we're just going to do this like so, and then we're just going to add 2 rows of this block right over here, and 2 rows on the other side as well. And that's mainly the platform. So if we quickly head on to the top over here and jump on, so the cobble will be generating exactly where this block right over here is, and it'll move away, and as it comes back, it will pop back into existence, I almost want to say, and will break the cobble, and the cobble will then be transported off of this to this point over here with a water stream that we'll put in now. But first things first, let's just build the border all around this. And like I mentioned, this is just what it's going to look like for now. Once we have a lot more resources, we can expand it, and I do want to make it a lot bigger, but for now this is going to be what we have and what we're going to work with. The next thing we need to do is we need to add a pump on every single one of these blocks. So I think we're gonna have to do shift and place. So just like that, we're going to do a bunch of pumps facing upwards into the smooth stone blocks, like so. And then all of these pumps, we're just going to connect with some pipes running all the way back to this area, and we'll just have to figure it out. But I think the lava can be almost over here. We might have to do it a little bit closer, which is not a problem. We have the space for that. We just don't have the pipes for it, apparently. So let's just rip a few of these out, and we'll just bring it a bit closer. I think if we place the lava right over here, it should be fine. So we're basically going to do lava source right over there. So this block will be a lava source, and those will all be pumps. So now we just need to get some power into these pumps and get a lava source right in there. Okay, and just like that, we've got the lava source in, we've got a little pipe, and we've got this connected to the power over here. And this should basically be it for the create part of it all. We just need to add some water in this area. But the next thing we need to do is we need to add a little mechanical piston back there that pushes this thing forward, back and forward the whole time, and that causes the whole farm to break the cobble and, well, to actually just work. So I need to grab a bunch more resources, but I also thought of maybe we should add the water. So I'm going to do the water, grab the resources, and then we'll build the second part of this farm. Okay, and now for the last part, we're going to take this sticky mechanical piston. We're going to... sticky mechanical piston. I just remembered one big flaw in this design. We need to rip this out real quick. I forgot to grab a slime ball, and let's just hop up here. I do have water. I did make sources. Let's just kill all of that. And this is a mistake I made. I'm so glad I remembered. But basically, we need to rip all of this out real quick. And we just need to take this slime ball and just right click all of these. Otherwise, this whole contraption would not have moved at all. So now that we did that, we can just place all of these back. And I'm just going to fill those two in. And then we can finally continue to the remainder of this. Where's the other one? Let's just grab these two real quick. Do that. Get this belt back in. Okay, now it should work. So now that we're back, right over here, sticky mechanical piston that we just need to make sure is facing that side, that way. We do one, what do you call these? Piston pole extensions. We have to, however, rotate this. So no, not like that, like this. So we have power going in from the bottom. Then we just do a little gear shift right over here, if I remember correctly. I think I do. And then we're just going to go, we're going to add a shaft over there. Right over here, we will build a little platform, and we're going to repeat that over here. Then we're going to place another block over there. We're going to do a redstone torch over here, a repeater on 3 ticks, and just a signal like this. Okay, so see, that is now flickering. We only need to give it power. So now we just somehow need to get power from here right into here. And I wonder... if we can't just do this. Do that there. Do another piston here. And you just grab another belt. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. Okay, 6. That gave me a little bit of fright. Like this. Okay, it's working, but it's not doing anything because we haven't placed the water. So I need to first stop this. Oh, did I break the game? For a hot minute, it looked like I broke the game. Okay, let's just do that real quick. And let's just see if I then add this belt back. Oh, I need to add the shaft again. Oh, did we use the lava source? Okay, let's try and get that back in there. Oh yeah, that's working. I don't know. I can hear the rackets. Yeah, it's working. Ooh, this is this is insane. Okay, so it's working, and like you can see, it's a monster, and this is only not even the whole farm. It's just a basic one. Yeah, we need to turn this off real quick. Can we get a lever made? Can we do that? Oh my goodness, and it's loud. It's pretty loud as well. Okay, and if I were to power this, it should stop the contraption. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's working. I can see there's one or two flaws, but I like the wastage over there, but I'll sort that out. But for now, it's working, and I couldn't be more happy about this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pick all of that up, and then I'll think a bit about storage, and then I'll bring you guys back once we tackle that little part of this build. So it's been a hot minute between the previous clip and this clip, and that's mainly because I spent a lot of time gathering up resources for a little build I was planning in creative. And like mentioned, it will not be the full building, but yet only the ground foundation. Basically what we're going to do is we're just going to frame this little section over here. So we're going to place something over top of it. But if we were to, for example, stand all the way up here, we will be able to see into the building, and it's not going to stay that way forever. I'm just thinking I'm going to layer a bunch of maybe farms and factories on top of this cobble farm, and it might just be farms that utilize the cobble. So instead of me going ahead and building all the floors and then trying to place the factories into the build, let's just build this foundation. So with that said, sit back, grab a snack as we roll a really quick build montage of the foundation. So not the longest of build montages, but we have it done. We have a foundation, and I have to admit I kind of like it. I like all the different bits and bobs around the bottom, and I did try and go a little bit dark on the foundation by adding some of this sanded blackstone and just a basalt on its side, which I think I will bring in here and texture this build up as well. But like mentioned, just a bunch of clutter, a bunch of darker stuff, and then a little post every here and there. I want to do little graffitis, and this is just a poster of a screenshot of the overworld, almost like them remembering what it used to be like in the world before. And then if we go around here, like mentioned, there will be builds, so I want to keep this area kind of cramped but kind of easy to move through, so we will step these builds. But then you come around over here and we have the entrance over here that we'll check out now, but then also we have this little dumpster in this area, which I think it just brings it all together. So if we head on inside, we've got this little area, and you can see the farm down there, and like mentioned, it looks kind of ugly now, but we will change it so it becomes larger once we have more resources. But for now, we have this little walkway, and you can see not everything's built in this area because I need to clear out this bit and see to getting some storage in this area. But I do think I like this little foundation build. I think it came together quite nice. So let's just hop on into free cam. Yeah, I do like that. I do like what it looks like. I know it's just a little flat little build, and this still looks a bit ugly, so we will add some more detail underneath this foundation as we progress in this. And like mentioned, more levels will come to this. I think I'm going to do 2 more levels because I want it to be tall, but I also want to build this build at the back, and that should be taller than this build. So maybe 2 more, maybe 1 more foundation. But yeah, I think it looks cool. I think it looks really nice. But for now, I think what I need to do is maybe just quickly dig out a bunch of that, sort out this sorting storage, not the sorting, the storage system, or at least plan for the storage system, and then I'll bring you guys back. So I've done a bunch more in regards to this build, nothing on the outside, but if we head on inside, I did manage to clean up this little area over here, open it up and allow for some form of storage to be placed in this area in the near future. But also if we look down there, I did fix the floor and change the floor up a bit and all of those things. And again, we need to do some walls and stuff, but I don't want to build too much in this area, not until I'm sure how far I'm going to expand and all those type of things, because this little temporary little steam engine is actually kind of doing really well, and we might use it to power a few more things in this area. But yeah, that's perfect. And for the moment, I did a little AFK session, I let this farm run, and we actually filled up on 4 drawers with cobblestone, so that is pretty awesome. So that's quite a good start. So all in all, I think this build was quite a great success, and the cobble generator is working really well. It's going to be even better once we expand it, but for now, it will do what we need it for. And I would call it a success. I would call this building complete. And before you guys go down to the comments and start shouting, it's not complete. I know it's not complete. Oops, a suitcase. I know it's not complete, but it's as complete as it can be for the function it needs to accomplish right now. So I know we need a lot more decoration, a proper storage and all those type of things, but maybe with the next farm we can look into expanding this one and then working in the proper storage. But for now, I'm happy. I think it looks really cool. And as a little other bonus, while we were busy building that, planning that and getting all of that decorated, we managed to start filling up the second layer, and I would say we're almost, no, I would say we're definitely past halfway on the second layer, which I'm really happy about. And the idea is that I might just go ahead and add maybe 2 more layers of basins to this side or that side or whichever side, and see that we can fill this up even faster. But for now, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and I'm happy. It's not taking too long, so I think it's a great success as well. But I think we've done quite a lot in this episode. We did a little bit of building, we did a little create contraption, and we made our very first steam engine and cobble generator, which hopefully this cobble generator will be strong enough to power the entire city, and we won't have to build a bunch like we did in the previous season. So I'm quite happy. I'm happy with how it all came together. But also, we've did run out of time, and it's time for me to say bye for now. And let me know what do you think of the whole foundation on this build, and do you like this texture? Can we bring it over to the building in the background? And also, what farm would you like to see in the near future? And remember, we need to work from the bottom up, so it needs to be something close to cobble and those type of things. It doesn't help we go for something really elaborate like a diamond farm when we don't even have the basics to build a diamond farm, if that makes sense. Anyway, I do appreciate it, and remember to like and subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.